Hey, this is Amanda from the Phenomenal Home, and I am here with Briana today.
Hi.
Hey, and she is going to do an end of homeschool year interview with me, and I gave her 10 quick questions about her homeschool year, and I thought we would talk about it. I gave her the questions yesterday, but I haven't heard the answers yet, so I'm not sure how it's gonna go. But I wanted to get kind of an honest assessment. You know, when we were in college at the end of the semester, we had to do an evaluation on our teachers. So I thought that was a really fun exercise. And if you want, you might actually kind of create this into a tag. Put it over here, tag. Where you can ask your homeschool child these questions and record it and put the answers out there if you think you might be open to that. So anyway, here we go. The first question is, what's your favorite thing that you learned this school year and why? Now, before you answer, I'm just gonna say that I told her, because she asked me if I was specifically talking about things that she learned in books or things that she learned in general. And I told her that this is homeschool. And there are a lot of things that aren't necessarily book learning, but that are part of our homeschool. For instance, video production. If you go to my blog, you know, I'll link in the description box below. I actually did a blog post about Briana's 7th grade, because she just completed 7th grade, her curriculum, and one of the things that she learned was video production. So that actually was part of her structured school environment. But there are a lot of things that she learned in co-op and other places that could also be part of the list. So I'm gonna repeat the question again now that I've talked a little bit. Favorite thing that you learned this school year and why? You gotta say it loud.
Okay, it was probably when I learned how to do Wondershare, which is just a video editing system. And it was a lot of fun. And I got to learn how to put like the subscribe button and the thumbs up button on the screen. I liked how it looked for videos, and because I'm doing a new YouTube channel and stuff, it's gonna make my videos look really good. So I liked learning that.
Yeah. Briana's new YouTube channel's not up yet, but if you wanna see what she did on Wondershare, I will link up here to BB Loves AG, which is her old, yeah, exactly, her old channel, and you can see all the things that she did with Wondershare. Because she did some really neat things that I have no idea how to do. Obviously, if you look at my video editing, she is far more advanced than I am. So, okay, next question. What did you learn the most about this year?
Can I say Wondershare again?
You could say Wondershare. What about that really great chemistry co-op class you had?
I was gonna make that the answer for 6.
Oh, that's something else? Okay, yay. Well, we'll hear about that soon. Besides Wondershare, I mean, is there, besides video editing, like, is there another area that you might have learned a lot in? I thought you learned a lot in
English because this year I've been really like forcing myself to be really good at commas and stuff, and so I got commas like really quick, and I feel like I'm even better than my older brother Ricky, because I always like try to correct him and stuff. It's really funny, but I learned a lot in English and yeah.
Okay. Now this one I thought she would enjoy answering. What was your least favorite thing that you studied?
Probably spelling and history. I'm horrible at spelling, and I just don't like history at all.
Yeah. You know, the boys love history, but I'm not a history buff, and Briana's not a huge fan either. But
no.
We're trying a different one next year. We got Mystery of Histories. Mystery of History, something like that. And it's got more crafts and projects and things, and Briana's kind of
that.
She's a crafty person, so I think that that'll be more her style. So I think we're gonna go with that this coming year. But anyway, so yeah, history and spelling. If you saw the test score review yesterday, you know that spelling is not her favorite thing, but that's cool. We're just gonna keep working with it. So, okay, so next question is, favorite book you've read this year and why?
It was probably Little House on the Prairie, because me and my mom and I, we read that together, and it was fun.
Any book or just the whole series?
Just the whole series.
Just the whole series. Yeah, we like to read. I wanted all my children to read those books, and they've all enjoyed it, even the boys. Okay, favorite field trip?
It was probably a local college. They had this science thing for like public schoolers and homeschoolers, and so my homeschool group, we went to this science thing. We got to tour the college, and I got to see like all the different rooms and everything, and it was a lot of fun, and I got to hang out with my friends, so it was great.
It's always when you hang out with your friends, right? Well, the thing about that field trip that was really neat was we went to this local community college, and they took the students around to the different areas, and they got to do electrical engineering, they got to do robotics, they got to do the weather station. But I think her favorite part was when they toured the art section, and they didn't get to tour the video. They do have a video production section.
I got to see it through the window though.
Yeah, she didn't get to tour it, but she got to see it, and that was exciting for her. She loved that. But she also liked the art and graphic design program, which is what her brother is now considering majoring in. So anyway, that was a fun field trip, and it was a full day. So that was lots of fun.
It was really fun.
Favorite co-op class?
It was my mom's periodic table class.
What?
And it says why? Why? Because she let us like talk more and like we had to do like work and stuff, but we could work together because we had to do like teams and stuff. And so I got to like talk to my friends, but we still had to like talk about the actual like class. But it was still fun, and there was a lot of games, and then at the last class there was a party, so it was a lot of fun in her class. So, good job.
I mean, is it fair to say that I'm the best co-op teacher ever?
You are.
I am, right? I am. I totally am. And for all the reasons she just said, because I always do games. I sometimes do prizes.
You're more like you let us do stuff, but like you still have like limits.
Yeah. I think sometimes when people do co-op classes, they try to make it so much like school. And the thing is that like we're homeschoolers, we're trying to avoid that school feel, you know? The point of coming together for me for co-op classes is so they can learn to work in groups. And so I often try to do group work, and I do try to put the groups together with the people that I think will work best together.
And that will help each other.
Yeah, exactly. So I want them to support one another. So I think there are a lot of skills that you learn in co-op. I had a really great teacher. This is a side note, but you don't mind if I mention this during your video, do you? When I was in high school, I had a teacher, Mr. Altaner. Hey, Mr. Altaner. And he sat me next to a gentleman, and we would pretty much play the whole class period. And Mr. Altaner moved the students around every so often, but he always let me sit next to this other young man. And I asked him one time, I'm like, why? I mean, we would play with these McDonald's toys during class and stuff. Like, we would do ridiculous stuff. And I asked Mr. Altaner one time why he let me continue to sit next to him and we would play around so much. And the particular young man that I sat next to was a really great student, but he wasn't really socially active. And Mr. Altaner, in his wisdom, said he needs the social interaction more than he needs another A. And he still got an A, by the way. But I have always taken that to heart, that, you know, sometimes you really need to pay attention to what kids need more than just the grades. And so I really think that because kids are homeschoolers, and we all know the biggest argument is socialization, blah, 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 blah. But, and while I don't think that is the most important thing, I do like to support it when I have the opportunity. I don't want to, you know, have the kids sit in a classroom. It's like, silent children, you know? Silence. We're doing these worksheets in this classroom and
Quiet, kids!
Yeah, no, I don't do that in my co-op class. I'm like, okay, here's a project and we're gonna work together, and here's a game, and everybody line up. And so that's pretty much my thing. Anyway, just throwing that out there.
And she's really fun in the classes. She's all like, oh, let's get started.
I am. I'm super fun. In classrooms. Sometimes. As long as everybody's behaving, because then
it gets ugly.
Yeah, no, I don't tolerate nonsense.
She's like, shh, quiet.
But anyway, back to the interview, okay? What one thing would you change about how we homeschool? I really want to hear this one.
Okay, probably that we actually have like a time for when we start, and like, yeah, because sometimes I get up like, and I also wish that we had like an alarm. Wait, that has nothing to do with school.
But it kind of does. Well, I think, and probably you guys have this too, one of the great things about homeschool is the freedom, but one of the tough things about homeschool is the freedom. Like, you don't have anybody saying get up at this certain time, but at the same time it would be a lot better if you had someone telling you to get up at a certain time. Now, I know some homeschool moms are super rigid and like make that make that happen every single day. And I think if you have a lot of children, or if you have a lot of young children, you have to have that kind of organization. But this year, because it was just me and Briana, there was a lot of freedom, and I thought, oh great, let's give her some freedom and she can just relax and we'll work together when we can.
Thank you.
And it's fun and she likes it, but at the same time, what she is telling me now is that she'd like a little more structure back. So we'll have to keep that in mind for next year. So no problem with that. Was this year better, worse, or just different than other years? And this is particularly different because this year she's had no brothers, so this one's a little bit...
Yeah, I'd say it would be a little different because usually Ricky is right beside me and he's doing his work. And also I got to learn a little bit of algebra, not like pre-algebra. I got to learn a little bit of that, so that was really different. But it was really fun because I really like math, so yeah.
That was the difference. Yeah, I think...
Sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry, Mama.
No, you're fine. I think being down to one homeschooler did make a big difference this year in terms of what we did and didn't do. So, but I think we're getting used to it. It's going to be me and Briana next year.
But I have to say, I do finish school a lot quicker now because Mom, it's more on one-on-one, and she doesn't have to go back from Ricky back to me. So we finished a lot earlier, which that's nice.
That's nice. Okay, so what are you looking forward to learning next year?
Probably more pre-algebra or algebra, just because I really like math.
I was gonna say, I thought that was gonna be video editing. She says math. Okay, well,
I'm
great.
already perfect at video editing.
Oh my. I don't know where she gets that from. Anyway, so the next question, and the last question is, how can we make next year the best homeschool year ever? I thought you'd have something ready for that. Like, we are doing this. This is the one thing I want to do, and next year is going to be the best ever.
Probably to go on more like field trips and stuff, because I really enjoyed that, and I learn better when I'm there and like get to like actually like see things and experience it. If that makes any sense at all. I like hands-on things because I feel like I learned that better, and yeah, I think more field trips would be a lot of fun, and maybe some with the homeschool group so I can hang out with my friends.
Oh my, more field trips. We all love field trips, but then it's like planning the field trips and then like going on the field trips. So we'll see what we can do.
It's always fun.
It is always fun, and we do learn a lot. So we'll have to think of some ideas. So yeah, comment down below if you have any field trip ideas. I mean, we were pretty much used to the same old like, let's go to the science center, let's go to museums, let's go to the zoo, let's go to the library.
It was like when you were in first grade.
Yeah, well, I mean, but these are things that like the fire station. Like, we don't do the fire station anymore, but
yeah, but a lot of people do.
But a lot of people do. Those are standard everyday field trips.
I want something new.
Yeah, like
exciting.
Like, give us some ideas. I mean, maybe with video production. Has anybody ever gone to a news station? Like anything like that? I'd love to hear. Cool. I knew you'd think that. I'd love to hear some ideas. So if you have some, put them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear some ideas for interesting field trips. So, okay, that is it. Please like the video if you think it was helpful to spend some time with Briana and hear her interview questions. I would love it. I'm going to put all these questions in the description box down below. So if you would like to do an end of year interview with your homeschooler, excuse me, if you would like to do an end of year interview with your homeschooler, take those questions, make a video, and send me the link, because I definitely want to hear how things are going with your students. So anyway, we will have another interview video this week. We're going to interview Ricky and talk about his first semester in college and how being a homeschooler impacted that.
That's exciting.
I knew you'd think so. So anyway, you guys have a great day, and we will talk to you soon.
Bye.